But I consider this as a very positive indication. This is very good. If you don't arrive at this feeling, you will continue to keep family as the aim of life. And this is the time to shift priorities in life. I'm not saying don't value family, but maybe that does not have to be the number one. And also in family, also, you must always ask yourself, who am I serving? Am I serving the soul of the other person? Am I serving the ego of the other person? So a lot of us are doing a lot for family. But family can also be a family ego. Just like individuals have ego, collectives also have ego. And individuals within a family also have ego. So yes, family is important in a sense. I'm not saying one must evade one's duties and responsibilities towards fellow human beings to whom we've committed ourselves to. But if you've arrived at this point that you're feeling like this is very good. This is time to put divine right at the top of your priority list. Otherwise, many of us, we pursue spirituality as a part-time hobby. What do I mean by that? When it will come, when we're journaling or when we are really with ourselves and into meditation, then we feel like the topmost priority in my life is the divine. And because divine is such a ephemeral thing, you can't really put your hand on it. You can't. It's not tangible like that for you. So practically, it gets to be family or career. These are the priorities that we are literally carrying on an everyday basis, right? This is really the time to look at putting divine as the top number one priority and to look at it as if the entire world has to become in the image of the divine. What all work needs to be done? Which means the divine has to manifest through all knowledge as wisdom. Which means the divine has to manifest through all of physical world as beauty. And when we look at physically, materially, our entire earth, first of all, it is far from beauty. There is so much of waste. There is so much of violence against Mother Nature. There is so much of landfills. There is so much of disorganization in our collective spaces. So there's a lot that can be done in the sense of bringing beauty in the physical world. And then there's a lot which can be done in the sense of bringing love. In our relationships, how do we bring love? In our own selves, how do we bring love? And genuine love, which is happy just for the sake of loving itself, just for the sake of loving and just for the sake of giving, one is happy. That's hardly existing. Now, if I have to be a channel of divine's work, I have to really look at what are my gifts and how can I really help the divine manifest individually and collectively as wisdom through the mind, as power through the vitality, as love through the psychic, and as beauty through the physical. And really put the divine as your number one top priority. Really contemplate and read the 5 dreams of Sri Aurobindo. He's really asking that there is a spiritual gift of India to the world. He's really asking, discover your souls. And he says, 3 ways of bringing spiritual gift of India to the world. First is the reawakening of spirituality. That's number 1. The second is after that reawakening of the spirituality, one that has to begin. The reawakening of spirituality first has to begin on the inside of one's own spiritual truth and spiritual purpose of being here on earth. Second is that spirituality, he says, has to pour into every domain of life, applied and theoretical. So, what does spiritual economics look like? What does spiritual education look like? What does spiritual partnership look like? Spiritual friendship look like? Spiritual cooking look like? Every aspect of life, he said. It is the dharma of India to bring spirituality in every aspect of life. What does spirituality in architecture look like? Spirituality in dance look like? Spirituality in interior design look like? Spirituality in makeup look like? Spirituality in sari draping look like? Spirituality in civil engineering look like? What does it mean? Third, he says, thereafter it is the dharma of India to use spirituality to solve contemporary modern day problems. Today, the issues around AI, there's this big threat, and world over, all the powerful people, they're deliberating on the powers of AI and how do you control the powers of AI and what is the consciousness that is feeding AI. To give you an example, right now, if you go and ask ChatGPT to write a marketing message for you, it'll have that very American energy, right? So if you want a different kind of marketing, spiritual business, spiritual solutions to modern day problems of social media addiction, modern day problems of, people getting cut off from their land, right? So there is plenty on earth which is calling our attention. And that is what forms the divine's work. So if family has disappointed you, very good. Because if family did not disappoint you, you will go on and on and on feeding the ego of your family members, and there is no end to it. There is absolutely no end to it. And even if, if you feel like, okay, if they feel grateful and that will again make me happy, it is a distraction. Very good. You're feeling not valued with family. It's a time to reconfigure what is the priority of my life. And how can I, as an individual, put divine right at the top of my priority list? It's time, you come back to yourself, you come back to your own healing, you come back to your own, first of all, your own connection with Krishna, your own connection with the divine, and look at first self-care also. How can I be connected to that divine vibration in my everyday life? And slowly allowing that divine vibration to flow in as service in the world. But first is that, not to be all consumed in serving the ego of other human beings in the name of either family, institution, or, all kinds of things. These are distractions. And do what needs to be done with regard to family. Good, they have disappointed you. I'm very happy.
I hope you found the video to be useful. If you would like to continue your journey with us, if you would like to help us support you in your journey, click on the link below and join us for a 2.5-hour signature masterclass called the Awakening Karmayogi Workshop, where we run you through the fundamental stages of awakening to become a Karmayogi, to be peaceful inside and successful outside. We talk about Swabhava, our true nature, and Swadharma, our soul's purpose, which are the building blocks of a life affirming, not a life negating spirituality. So if you found this video to be useful, click on the link below and I shall see you at the workshop.